Hi, everyone. It's Rena Jadav. Welcome to Meditation Magic. And for tonight, we have a very special mystic. He's from Germany. He wrote a book that took the world by storm. And when we practice his meditation today, you'll know why that was such a surprise, because he is such a special soul. His name is Eckhart Tolle. And we are going to learn tonight how to be in the now, which is extremely difficult. So his first very popular book was called The Power of Now. And it captured the fascination of many famous Hollywood stars, including Oprah, who made it into an Oprah book of her book club. And that's how initially the word spread. One of the most powerful messages that he gives in that book that I carry with me till today, even though I read it when I was a young, 30-year-old or maybe 35, the message that he shared in that book that I had heard for the first time ever was this concept of pain body. The fact that we carry layers upon layers upon layers of unresolved issues, which in essence harden to become pain. And this pain that we carry becomes a burden. And that burden limits us from the power of now, because we are so deeply entrenched in the pain of the past. And so before we dive in, I want each of you to just take a second, just a moment, close your eyes and think of what is the pain? What is the one pain that comes to you immediately that you might be carrying from the past that prevents you from being in the now? What could that be? And what could you do that could allow you to live today without the shackles of yesterday? I think it's one of the most profound questions you have to ask. And for all of you married folks, it is such an important question. Are you living in the past of your first year of marriage, fifth year of marriage, 10th year of marriage? Are you living in the past of your battles? Or do you start afresh? Or do you look at your spouse with eyes that are virgin eyes, like I've never seen you before, I don't know who you are, and I'm going to treat you as someone who's full of love and compassion and grace. And I will leave behind the pain bodies that I carried with me through my years of marriage. I really genuinely think it's one of the most profound concepts that he brought to the world, that if we deeply think about that, could allow us to completely transform our lives and our experience in this dimension. So with that said, as I was sharing with the crew before most of you showed up, my challenge today was that I couldn't for the life of me figure out which of his. So this is Meditation Magic by Rena. This is the YouTube channel. And I couldn't figure out which ones to play. There is so much, and yet it is also profound. So what I've done is, for him, I've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos out of, 100 that I must have watched over the past years. And these are the 7 that I thought were just super important. If you have time, if you are called to do so, listen to them in 1.5 playback speed. And you'll see why in a moment. Tonight, let's get started. It's 9:25. We are going to listen to Waiting for the Next Moment. We're going to do a Power of Now meditation, but it's not with him. And I'll explain why. And then we are going to listen to the End of Suffering. So we're going to actually start with End of Suffering. Then we'll listen to the next one. And then we'll actually do the meditation together. as I mentioned, he's a very special being. And so I want you to listen to him knowing that when he is pausing, he wants you to pause as well. It's not that he's forgotten about us or that he's lost. Those pauses are one of the most important parts of listening to him. And so just keep that in mind when you listen to him speaking. So let's get started. But first, let's shake off the day, turn off our phones, close the door, put on a smile. Let's, as he says, come into the now. Let's come into the presence of this exact moment. Close your eyes. Settle in. No more fidgeting. Settle in. Close your eyes. Look at the center of your eyes, of your eyebrows. And we'll just do a quick one breath in. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Take your deepest breath. Take it in.
You won't surrender, which means, surrender means only accept this moment as it is. But you won't be able to surrender unless you're completely fed up with suffering. You've had enough suffering. And at some level, you recognize that most of your suffering is self-created. It is created out of resistance to what is. It is created out of an interpretation of something that is. It comes from a thought, from an interpretation, not from the situation. So you realize really that I've had enough suffering, and only when you've truly had enough suffering in your life are you able to say, I don't need it anymore. Suffering is a wonderful teacher. Suffering is most people's only spiritual teacher. And suffering deepens you. It gradually erodes the mind-made sense of self, the ego. And for some people, the point arrives where they realize, I have suffered enough. And that, for example, is the case with almost all the people who come to a retreat. If you ask them, they've all had their share of human suffering. Otherwise they wouldn't be open to the message. They've had their share of human suffering, and they have reached a point where they are ready to listen to the message that says there is another way to live. There is another way in which you can live that does not create further suffering for yourself. Because to a large extent, humans create their own suffering. And so, when you are ready to hear that message, and that's really the message that is in every religion, that's the message, the central message of Buddhism is the end of suffering. And even the central message of the teaching of Jesus is finding the pearl of great price, finding the kingdom of heaven that is within you here and now, as Jesus says. And that, of course, is the end of living in a state of suffering. So, one could say that you need suffering for you to realize, for you to come to a point of realization that you do not need to suffer anymore. There's a paradox here. If I had not suffered, this teaching would not exist. So you could say it has come partly as a result of intense suffering. Because as a human being, I would not have evolved spiritually if I had not suffered. So suffering was my main teacher. And suffering is for many people their main teacher. But then some people when they are ready, they come into contact with a spiritual teaching or teacher. And that can speed up the process of realization that you don't need to suffer anymore. You're ready to hear that. So that was, the Buddha talked about nothing else already 2,600 years ago, that there can be an end to self-inflicted suffering. And when you don't inflict suffering on yourself anymore, and remember, it's the thoughts. Your thoughts make you suffer more than anything else. It's not usually the situation, it's your interpretation of the situation, of how dreadful it all is. And so when you see that, then you see there is another way to live in which I no longer mentally argue with what is. And that's the end of self-inflicted suffering. And if I no longer inflict suffering on myself, I no longer inflict suffering on others, because the two go together.
How powerful was that? Just incredible pearls of wisdom in a 5-minute video. I would urge you all to listen to that one more time, 2 more times, how many ever times you need to share with your psyche, your subconscious, that suffering is created by thoughts, and it's created by not being in the presence. And so many times disease, as specifically in my case, came into my life as a gift. My illness came into my life as a gift because it put me at that point of, I will not accept this anymore. And it forced me to take charge and to take 18 months and live like a monk. In hindsight, live like a monk for 18 months and put me on a path of no suffering. And it is something that I wish and bless all of you with to experience. You know, the irony is that people that have a higher tolerance for suffering will continue to suffer more. People who have a lower tolerance for suffering will very quickly say, can't deal with this anymore. Come on, show me a way, God. Show me a way out. And when you say, show me a way out, there is always a way out. And I know many of you that are on here today have experienced that or are experiencing that for yourself. Mm-hmm. It is 9:34. Let's start meditating. We actually will not do this meditation because he speaks throughout. What we're going to do is a guided meditation on the presence of now, on the power of now. And we will do it in a slightly different way. So please go ahead and settle in for the meditation. But I do want you to know that this morning meditation to stop racing thoughts is available in Meditation Magic for all of you to enjoy. But for now, let's do this guided meditation. Go ahead and please close your eyes. Lift your eyes up, put a smile on your face, and enjoy.
And taking some time for yourself. This meditation moment is about living in the now, about being in the now. Just have a break to get out of your thinking mind, to step back from your busy life for a moment. You may sit or lie down. Take a deep breath in. And let all the air go out, slowly and calmly. Inhale and exhale a few more times. Close your eyes. Go to your inner world. Be aware of you, here in this moment. All the experiences in your life take place within you, within your mind. And in your mind, you're often subconsciously preoccupied with stories about the past. Or are you making up stories about the future? Your thoughts jump between the two every now and then. Or maybe even all day long. Yet your physical body and breathing are always in the now. In order to bring your mind back into the now, you only need to consciously focus your attention on your body and on your breathing. Use your breathing to connect with your inner self. And by bringing your awareness to your breathing, you can regain conscious control of your thinking mind. Take a long, deep breath in through the nose. and then out through the mouth. Let all the air flow out of your body. Inhale easily, calmly, calmly through the nose. Hold it for a moment. And then with a long deep sigh, let all the air flow out of your body. Keep on breathing, slowly and calmly. Repeat this a few times. There's peace within you. Be aware of how it is to be in this moment. Be in this moment. You're entirely present in this very moment. Feel the presence of this moment. Lay your hands on your belly. Breathe calmly. Inhale slowly. Feel the air filling your body. Feel your belly moving in and out. Be aware of your breathing. Be aware of you here and now, at this moment. Repeat after me in silence. I am here and now. I am here and now, in this moment. I am here and now, in this moment. This is the only moment there is, here and now. Feel the awareness of your being. Feel your heart beat. Inhale easily, calmly through the nose. Hold your breath for a moment. And then let all the air flow slowly out of your body.
Let all the air flow out. Feel the moment. Feel the now. This is all there is. There really is no past. It was just a thought. It was just a story like in a movie. It doesn't exist. It was an experience you were meant to have, not to hold on to. There's really no tomorrow. It doesn't exist. All that exists is now. And how we feel now is how we add moments of how we feel now. And it builds the tomorrow. But it really is just about the now. All of us that have been programmed to worry about the future as if that will somehow make it better, make it easier, make it different. You can let it go, you can reprogram, you can definitely let that program go. It is not serving you. Because what we think sometimes is in our control, it's just a myth. Those experiences that we're meant to have will come our way. So our goal, our focus should just be on this beautiful moment where everything is perfect. In this moment today, everything is perfect. Please put your palms together, bow down, and repeat after me. I am a powerful soul. I'm in bliss. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm safe. I'm loved. I'm whole. God's white light is in me and all around me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We went a little longer today, but I know quite a few of you were enjoying it. So I hope you did. If anyone would like to share anything in chat, please do so. Those of you ready to go to bed, have beautiful dreams tonight. And I will see you all tomorrow for a very different meditation experience. Oh, and reminder, we have updated the in-person schedule. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my team. Thank you, Meg. There's an updated schedule of in-person sessions, including dates, and I believe addresses are being added. So keep that in the back of your mind, check your schedule. The feedback that I get is that they are beautiful. In-person meditations are beautiful. So I hope you all get to join. Oh, we have comments coming in. Oh, good, good, good. Very profound. Loved it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Loved it. Thank you. Oh, was I in someone's head tonight? Good. I should be in everyone's head every night. Thank you. Oh, Monica. Monica, my darling. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Ritu. Thank you, Caro. And by the way, for all the direct messages I'm getting, just really quickly, yes, I didn't have time. You know, I want to keep these short so you'll keep coming every night. The meditation of Eckhart, where he talks about the one that I wanted to do that we didn't get to do because it is kind of long. His meditation style is very different. He doesn't really let you meditate. He just lets you be. And he calls that meditation. And I knew that some of you wouldn't get into it, so I didn't want to do that. But I want you to try it. If it calls to you, just try his style. It's very different. But hopefully you all enjoyed that. Good, good, good. Very calming. Excellent. Oh, Anurag, you were here too. I'm glad you joined. Swati, Mridula, thank you for joining. Oh, Ina, my dear Dr. Ina, thank you for joining. Good. I'm glad you found it relaxing. All right. I love you all. Blessings. Have a beautiful night and see you all tomorrow.